guys? Welcome to the EvoGen podcast. We're in a new scenery, as you can
Again.
tell again. I'm here with
Greenery.
Macy, Colby, and James as well on the Zoom. Say what's up, James.
What's up, guys? I also have a change of scenery, literally.
And without further ado, let's dive right into this topic that we're talking about today.
Yeah, so the topic we're talking about today is why community is the shortcut to success. I feel like that's exactly what we're trying to do here in EvoGen is create a community that we all are contributing to each other's success. So yeah, who wants to start off?
Yeah, for me personally, I think proximity is power. I think the people that you surround yourself with, you'll soon eventually become, or at least take some characteristics or habits that they do on a day-to-day basis. For an example, Colby, I hang out with Colby more often now, so that kind of makes me want to be a little more like Colby in the sense of I want to automate my life because he's more of that automation type of lifestyle. So, yeah. That's kind of what I think as of right now. I'll keep generating more ideas, but yeah.
Yeah, and also like I don't know if you guys have there's certain people in your life that you've spent a lot of time around. Probably especially while we're growing up as well, like you start talking like them, you start saying the same things as them, the same like slang. My cousins, they're sisters, they've been hanging out with each other like all the time, and they came and visited, they were saying the same things like the entire time at the same time. It's just like you start to take these traits away from other people, so it's really important that you're paying attention to who you're spending your time with, because if you're just spending your time with people who hate their lives, they want to just do nothing about it, like you're gonna start feeling that way and take that energy from them as well.
Yeah, it's weird because for me personally, I used to kind of pick myself up on these habits where the person that I hang out with the most, I kind of pick up on like this. I used to pick up on the same laugh as them, which is kind of weird. So that was something that I kind of realized, and I was like, oh, that's something I definitely got to fix. But yeah, it's like a subconscious type of thing where it's like, oh wow, like I'm kind of laughing or replicating the same laugh as this person that I'm hanging out with like 24/7. So
Eddie,
it's
is that
weird.
like this person with a really bad laugh?
Gosh.
Or you go
Yeah,
to England. I don't know if you guys have ever been foreign, like even the South or England, those accents are similar enough that if you're around those people, you almost just start to talk like them. And I've
Yeah,
noticed that, like being out here in Tennessee, I definitely start talking like people.
yeah,
Right.
get the Tennessee
And I
accent.
and who doesn't want to be a Southern Tennessee accent? I mean, it's beautiful. So I've just been copying it.
I have a little twang sometimes from my Tennessee days
For
when we sit
sure.
out there.
Uh-huh. But I think one thing that's important to note about like the proximity is power is that proximity is not everything. And I think a lot of people have this notion or idea that if I just, grind, network, that's all they're focused on, but they don't actually provide any value or they're not learning and their whole goal is just to have it, then I don't think there's as much power in that. I think a lot of people get caught up in that trap, if you will, of like,
Sure.
very
oh,
true.
I'm gonna, just grind. I'm gonna get around. I'm connected to this person. I'm connected to this person. That's great, but what do you do? You know?
Right.
100%. Well, that's exactly. Last week I was at a mastermind, Russell Brunson's Inner Circle, and one of the guys there, very, very, very successful, very well off, and he said, everyone says knowledge is power, knowledge is power. That's not true. It's the execution that is power. And the thing that does urge you to execute more is the people you surround yourself with, right? The community, the people you spend more of your time with. You become the average of the 5 people you hang out most with. So if they are unfit, and unsuccessful, you are going to be unfit and unsuccessful. You're going to have the average fitness and the average income of the 5 people, the 5 closest people to you that you spend the most time with.
Right. And that doesn't mean that the people you hang out with that are on that average level are horrible people or people you should like completely avoid. It's just more so like you have to make sure you reduce that time with those people that you spend your time with and find people that'll just elevate you to the next level. Because I mean, for me, I'm like a sponge. I'm always trying to learn the next thing. For an example, Colby's putting me on some AI tools, super dope. But yeah, I mean, that's just only going to help me with my business, with my future endeavors as well. So, and like James said, just put in the action. If you put in the action while being around the right people in the right rooms, it'll for sure be as powerful as saying proximity is
Yeah.
power, right?
You have to be really intentional with it, because there's a lot of masterminds that I used to attend last year where it was just like, your network is your net worth, your network is your net worth, get connected to this person and this person and this person, go follow this person on Instagram. Which, like, yeah, that's helpful to an extent. It does provide me value and connection to an extent. And then on the other side, there's Shelby Sapp, who is like, there's no point in networking in your 20s. Like, do not show up to networking events. There's no one you can connect with that will do anything for you, basically, is what she's saying. And I think you just have to find a middle of that, of like, okay, get connected with these people, but where is it gonna go? You can't just collect a bunch of business cards and put them in your drawer. I have a bunch that I just threw in there, because what do I do with them?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Right.
And
I think people just
oh,
drink from like the networking Kool-Aid, and they just think like this is how I'm going to become a millionaire. Just paying $5,000 to go to this networking event and 10,000 for this. It's like, unless you kind of have a purpose for doing it, like there's no real ROI other than maybe you can make some good friends or something.
yeah, I think it's just more like the confusion with proximity's power and having that network is that people see that as like a status check. It's like, oh, I'm connected with this guy, or I connected with this guy that did X amount of deals, or that has done this amount of dollars in their business, and it's like, yeah, it's cool and all, but it's like, are you really grabbing what it is that they've learned and implementing it into your life? And at the same time, uh, with the groups that we hang out with, I don't think it has to be this huge network of just people. It can be kind of like selective of what you feel is best for you. It doesn't need to be like have 50 people that are kind of in this, even though it's great to have that energy and ambience just with people who are going down the right path. I think it's just for more of a personal standpoint to essentially kind of analyze people and say, okay, who's going to fit best for what I want to do with my life.
Right.
Mhm.
Very true. And tagging on more of the community aspect of that, it is more about what you're giving than what you're getting in a community. People are building these networks and they're just asking and asking and asking, and they just want to take. All the communities I'm in, they don't allow you, if all you do is take, they don't let you stay in there. You have to be giving, you have to be a go-giver, you have to be of the mentality of abundance and not just the taker's mentality.
Help me help you, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a big thing. Like, where I'm working with Acquisition HQ is like that's exactly what they're looking to get rid of is people with like that extractive mindset. Because I think a lot of people go to those networking events and they're like, and I mean, like the type, like you can immediately recognize those people. Like, oh, what do you do? Oh, cool, yeah, and then they just walk away. Or they're like, oh, that's so interesting. You always see them talking to like the biggest dogs in the room, and they're just like, they almost feel like little sharks, and they're just like going there and they're just like trying to grab everything they can, and I'm connected to so and so. Oh, I'll totally get you guys connected, and they almost seem like fake. And it's just because it
Yeah.
feels like they're just trying to take everything they can, and then they're like, because we'll have people that want like free memberships to what we're doing because they're a big dog, or so they say, and it's like if you don't believe in investing in your own seat, and if you're successful enough, like shouldn't be an issue, but that's kind of I guess where you see those extractive mindsets is definitely like in those groups you'll have them even if you vet out for them before everyone finds out, oh, they're extractive, let's kick them out of here. So I like what Colby said about what can I take versus like, okay, what can I give, what can I do.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, also, like, those people that are going around like, I'm connected to this person, that's like so cool or whatever, like going and bragging about it, like that person probably doesn't even know who you are.
Yeah.
Like, they may have given you their business card and been like, okay, cool, whatever, but you didn't make an impact on them. So what's the
Yeah.
point of this connection? Because next time you see them, you're gonna be like, who are you again?
Right. Right.
Very, very true.
It's a status
It's like the
symbol.
scene in Cars where he's like, "Hey, Fred," and Fred like his jaw literally drops, his bumper, and he's like, "He knows my name. He knows my name." Like that's what it kind of feels like. Is like, okay, Fred doesn't provide much value, but and one thing I've realized too, like seeing how Colby works too, is like I've met a lot of people at these events, but I would never be able to like reach out to them later and do business with them or like get referrals because we're not like friends, if you will.
Mhm.
And
Right.
so I think there's a difference. Like I think community's great, but I think the depth and like the mutual understanding is probably one of the most important parts when it comes to business.
Yeah.
Um, especially because in the US there's more of like a pretty business mindset, but a lot of other cultures are more, high trust, where
Yeah.
it's like they only work with people they have relationships with. And it's not
Right.
like, oh, you can help me, I can help you, let's do this. It's like, who are you? You know?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
More of a personal standpoint for sure.
Right.
Yeah, well, tagging on that, I mean, like literally what you said, like the reason I have been able to do what I've done with the business with Taylor Proactive Team is because when I do go to these communities and I go to these networks, the first thing I do when I get somebody's contact and I'm connected to them is the whole next week I'm reaching out to those people and I'm asking how can I provide value. There's somebody who I just got in my phone contacts this last week. And I just want to provide as much value. I feel bad. I sent him like a literal essay of a text thread about this long, asking him for if he wants all these different connections that I got on a Zoom call yesterday. Because I was on a Zoom call yesterday and I was out there looking for him so that I could help him. Because no, not selfishly, I don't think that there's a partnership there that will happen. I mean, there'll be some value spread between what we're both doing, and there's value that he can give to some clients, but there's not going to be a formal partnership. It's somebody who I really value, and I'm very blessed to be able to talk to them, and I want to provide value back to them because they've provided it so much to me.
For sure, for sure. One story that I can share as well, just with providing value, is that when I started my real estate journey, I connected with this one flipper. Well, it was crazy because it was actually his general contractor that gave me the flipper's number. And then I called the flipper and I was like, hey, I could do anything, demolition work. You don't even have to pay me. I just want to learn how the process goes and you teach me along the way. So then down the road, I can implement it myself. And I wasn't even asking for money. Sometimes you have to work for free or give people value for free in order to see the return. And ultimately, that flipper that I did work for, he paid me, of course, on an hour per basis. But at the end of the day, he connected me with my mentor that mentored me and paid me to learn what I do today, which is the value that you give out and then what you receive in return. So,
Right. It's the law of reciprocity.
yeah.
Reciprocity.
Yes.
Yes.
I
There you
quit.
go.
I quit. It's too hot out here. I'm just forgetting everything. The law of reciprocity, right?
Yep, that's
Yes.
it.
Yep. Yep. There we go. It's like a lot of people like, and I think people are really intuitive and they know if you're just giving them something to get something back quick. But like, I think just like the more you're willing to give, even if it's like a fake it till you make it thing, like just give people what you can. And one, I mean, it makes society better as a whole. But like two, I think you always get more than what you give.
Right.
I think the giver is the most blessed in this scenario.
Sure.
100.
Sure. I mean, the people who are the most valuable people in the world, that have the highest net worth is because they're giving some form of value to others, right? I mean,
Yeah.
they're contributing the most in our day-to-day society, instead of others that are just trying to take, right? I mean, of course, there's an exchange behind the giving. There's also, something in return. But at the end of the day, that's really what's going to sell you as a brand, as a business, in general is what can you provide? What makes you stand out from others?
Which,
You
and
know?
then that's like marketing 101. Like, how can you provide value to these people so that you stick out to them and they come back and buy from you later?
Right,
Like,
exactly.
you gotta give before you can get.
Sure, sure. Yeah, there was another time too where I did a deal and part of the fee that I was going to make was going to go to me, but then unfortunately the agent wanted that piece. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to give part of my fee to the agent and give that to him because at the end of the day, that's going to make me more money than doing this one solo transaction with this agent. Because the agent will come back to me and say, hey, I have this other deal, I have this next deal, next deal. That's a lot more valuable than, like I said, cutting him off and then being selfish, right, of what I can take.
I feel like your business is
So.
structured really well that way, because even with me, you're like, yeah, bring me a deal, I'll give you 80%.
Yep.
And then keep bringing me deals and
Yep.
we'll just keep the same thing. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like,
Yep. Exactly. So.
brings a lot of value. Another thing I wanted to talk about is like how collaboration accelerates our learning and opportunity. So I guess this is like executing these connections, like taking action. Like how can we accelerate that?
One thing that I would say with accelerating is with the ideas. For example, Colby always bounces ideas at me. He just throws ideas at me. And like with this whole AI and website and stuff like that, he's just telling me all of these things. And I'm like, I've never thought about that. That'd be so cool. And that just only innovates my process and my operations because he's done those processes, which I think is super cool. So imagine having a community like what we're trying to do, or having a group of friends that are on that same innovative, accelerating mindset with entrepreneurship or investments.
Well, 100%. I mean, and you bounced ideas off of me that I never thought of. Like
Right.
that's the power of it. I mean, everyone has a different experience level and different point of view on everything. And so you gave me some different ideas, and then I was on a Zoom call yesterday with that lady, and she gave me some ideas. And then Nathan, he gave me some ideas. So it's just gathering a bunch of different ideas. One brain is definitely a lot dumber than a bunch of brains all together collaborating. And I mean, Eddie and I, we were up, like we came here at Killen at 10 p.m. last night, and we were here until 3 a.m. just like absolutely cranking it out. So it's like
We'll get you next time.
We missed on some invites, but
I also did not attend. I just want the record to be out there. I was not invited either.
Yeah, I wasn't invited. Me and
Let it be
Jamie
known.
go to Kiln and work some things out. We're not gonna invite you.
Oh man.
But in
Don't do that to
Tennessee.
us.
Yeah, in Tennessee.
Tennessee.
We're building a kiln there actually.
oh yeah.
But you guys can't get a membership.
Oh man. Tough luck.
It's only for people that give instead of people that just take.
Yeah.
Um,
For sure.
But we're not taking any takers who just want invites to our kiln in Tennessee.
Yeah. And that's also speaking about takers, like that's the reason why we go over the process that we go over through the people that want to join our community.
Very true.
Because we just don't want takers. We don't want people that'll just be there and just consume and nothing to give in return. We want givers as well. And that's why,
Yes.
again, we have that whole process.
It's like an application process for anyone who's like just hearing about EvoGen and is like, what is this? It's a community for young entrepreneurs, obviously, but it's very exclusive on how you can get in. You attend one of our events, you are connected with one of us, or somehow you find out about it. Your thing is echoing, James. But you find out about us and we will send you a link for an application. So it's like, even if you are just connected to us, you're not getting in because you're connected to us. You've still got to fill out your application. You got to see if you're someone who's going to provide value to the community, and we can also provide value for you. And then we'll go through and you'll select your membership, whatever. And then even then, there's still some questions to get into the community from there. So
Very true.
Yes. So.
Yeah, and I think like especially today, I mean, when you guys brought up content and like passively consuming, like this is definitely the age of like passive consumption, like short form content, just something to fill your brain. And I think that's not the way to go about, Evo Gen. Kind of like just passively consuming, like, oh, okay, here I got my membership, I'm just gonna watch the videos. Is like, that's not giving you any value. Like, you get the value when you invest time, when you invest money, when you invest resources into whatever you're learning. And so I would recommend, anybody that's listening to this or going through the different modules, like, don't just passively consume, like, make your brain work. Because a lot of people's brains are just on autopilot right now.
For sure. For sure.
And so we're definitely looking, like, I would say just, everybody that wants to get out of that passive content consumption and just like being places. It's like the difference between just being at a networking event and like contributing at a networking event.
Mm.
And so I'd say, like, with community, the biggest thing is like you can't be passive.
Right.
True.
Makes it
So-
more fulfilling, right? So
Right.
make it like that.
Well, and also like people want to be part of community. Or most people, I feel like they want to be active and be involved and be included and find their place. And you can't find that if you're just scrolling posts in the community, scrolling videos, whatever it is. You can't find it that way.
Yeah, sure. And it's the same thing with like, there's an analogy with just action. If you were to read how to shoot a basketball or how to kick a soccer ball, you can read as much as you want. You can watch as many videos. But at the end of the day, it's like if you don't put it out there and actually start kicking the ball or swinging the bat, you'll never really truly understand and know how to swing a baseball or how to kick a soccer ball, how to shoot a
Yeah.
basketball. So especially with people who already have been shooting their basketballs, I guess you could say in that analogy, it only accelerate.
Yeah.
It only accelerate us to get to where we need to be.
Boom, what Eddie said. I love that. It's like the trap. It's like the trap of feeling productive because you're busy versus actually doing what you need to do. Like, everyone's like, I'm gonna start a business. I've started a few businesses. And you do all this research and you do all this thinking and you feel like you're making progress, but you haven't talked to anybody. You haven't done any of the hard work that needs to happen. It's just kind of like the investment of anything. You're just kind of like Chat GBTing, okay, how should we do this? How should we do this? And then when it comes time to like talk to people to validate your idea, or you have to actually start talking to people, you have to start attending networking events, you have to actually start building something. That's when a lot of people get weeded out, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
The analysis by paralysis person that we made fun of with the reels, and we had you acting it out, and it was like the whole board.
But here's the thing also, when we recorded with James last time, I was realizing that I was stuck in that trap for so long. Like probably all of the second half of last year. That's where I was like building out so many different systems and platforms and stuff for what like I wasn't reaching out to people, I wasn't hosting very many events. Which I totally could have been in and had this grown community by now, but I was stuck in that space.
Right.
So I guess coming from the other side of things, because there is a way out of that, and like I feel like I didn't realize I was in it. I'm a successful entrepreneur, like I'm doing all these things. Like I didn't realize that I was stuck in that state until literally however long ago it was when we were recording the games. I was sitting there and I was like, that was me. So if there's anyone that's feels like they've been in that state for a while or can relate to that, just find something small and just take action today, something that you've been putting off, and just take whatever the first step is on that and just start moving forward so you can actually get in the reps and make the progress that you need to actually scale.
Sure.
Absolutely.
I love that. Sure.
As Olivia Dean says, baby steps, baby steps. Actually, I'm not singing that right, but that song, yeah. Start somewhere. I like what Maisie said. You just gotta like find one actionable item that you can do that day. One thing I love that I learned from Colby was when he journals. This is just a general journaling. I'm not going to tell you guys about Colby's diary or journal. We'll keep that private.
Dang it, I wanted to hear his
I wanted to know his deepest secrets.
But like one thing is like with what he does, he's got, for the day you like create something, protect something, and say no to something. But what I like a lot is there's a priority lock. Like there's one thing that if this thing happens today, I had a successful day. Doesn't matter if anything else happens. If I have this, then I had a successful day. And the other thing is like a launch. So it's like the first 10 minutes of real productivity that like this is starting to roll the snowball that's going to turn into like the snow boulder. Is like, what are the first 10 minutes that I'm going to do that's going to get that ball rolling for me and get me momentum today?
Yeah,
And
for
so I
sure.
think like a big way to get around that, like analysis by paralysis, you got to know you're in that spot. Like self-awareness is like the first step. But I think if you keep tabs on where you're at with things and you're like, okay, what is my actionable item today? That's like something I don't want to do, but I know I need to get done.
Yeah.
Building off of that, we call it like eat the frog. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that. In my old mentorship, like they used to tell me about that a lot. Like just think of that one big thing that you've been dreading or like that one actionable item and do it first. And before you get stuck in the emails, the text messages, the DM, like whatever you do on a daily basis, do that thing first so that you can set yourself up for success for the rest of the day.
Yeah, very true.
Absolutely, absolutely. Another thing too, just with like networking and stuff like that, is that people don't start because it's kind of like it's weird because when I send over and promote our events that we have coming up, there's a lot of people who are interested, but it feels like I need to personally go out of my way to invite them. But it's weird because it's like I'm not looking for those type of people. I'm looking for people who are willing, who are willing to take the action to eat to begin with. Like they see that as an opportunity. We need to have an opportunity type of mindset. Like everything that we come across on our feed that could be beneficial is an opportunity. Let's take action and let's do it instead of, oh, I was waiting for like the personal invite. Like you actually texting me that this event is coming up.
Yeah.
Like I saw it, I peeped it, but it's not like, like I'm waiting for you to actually text me about it.
Yeah.
Which I think we're not looking for, obviously, but I just think that's a little interesting how people think that way as well.
True.
It's just with being actionable
Yeah.
on the network.
I mean, Colby's not waiting for Russell Brunson's personal invitation to go to an event.
Exactly.
He's just showing up. So,
Yes.
yeah, I definitely
Yeah.
agree.
I think you got to overcome that imposter syndrome because I think a lot of times people don't go to those things. They're like, well, I don't know anybody. This feels like weird. Because when Colby was telling me about all this networking stuff way back, I was like, okay, I'm going to go to a few events. And then I'm like, you just like freeze. You're like, I don't know anybody there. What am I going to tell people I do? And so I think that's why people are like, okay, if I get a personal invite, they're going to be expecting me. That'll be chill. And so if they don't have that, they're like, can I come? Is this the right kind of place for me? So I think there's definitely just more. I think there's a lot of that instead of like the posh, especially with our generation. I don't think there's a lot of people like, well, I didn't get invited. I think people are just like, can I go?
Right.
Yeah,
that
for sure.
that's true.
For sure. But yeah, I think that like at least with our community, for everyone who's listening and who's new to this, any event that we put up that's open for everyone, just remember it's like everyone is welcome. Everyone is invited, right?
Yeah.
Just putting it out there as a disclaimer. So
Yeah, it's just so that everyone knows what's going on. But
yes.
if you feel that like tug, like this sounds something that sounds like something I want to check out, like just check it out. And if you want like a little bit more information or anything, like feel free to reach out to any of us and we can fill you in with more details. Like don't be scared. We're not scary.
Yeah,
Don't be shy.
we don't bite.
I don't want to hurt you. I just want to pet you.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
anything
Colby
else?
answers.
Oh,
Colby answers all the texts. Anyone that wants to reach out to me, Colby's my personal assistant, so he takes care of all that.
Right.
His
It's
AI
actually
assistant
really
Martin
great.
will help you.
Yeah, Jay and Martin. Martin's my other personal assistant, but Jay is
Mine
more.
Victoria.
Oh, Victoria.
I named mine Otis.
Otis, I love it.
Otis, yeah.
Mine's Victoria, my AI operations director.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, nice.
Like it.
Very professional.
That sounds like a made up title you'd give someone that you want to work at your company for free.
Yeah, but they're just there twiddling their thumbs or something.
That's like the Dwight Schrute
Not
assistant to the
saying
regional
that.
manager kind of thing.
That's true. That's so true.
That's it. If I had an AI bot, which I don't, I'm way too analog for AI, but if I had one, I would call it the assistant to the regional manager for sure.
To the regional manager.
That's funny.
That's good.
The last
Any
thing,
other
what's James gonna say? There's a
I was
lag.
just gonna say
Sorry.
oh perfect. I love lag. I was just gonna say if anyone else has anything else.
Yeah, I was just gonna
But
say
you
the la-
It's a work in progress.
the last thing is why going alone slows you down. Why trying to do this all alone slows you down.
Oh man, there's strength in numbers, right? I think I said this before in other podcast episodes. Um, in the industry that I'm in, you can't do things alone, and
Mhm.
in the industry that in a lot of industries, it requires manpower to really start seeing success, and sometimes you just need that helping hand. Whether if that's one helping hand, two, three, four, five, 10, 20. But at the end of the day, like if you do things all alone, like imagine doing your operations, imagine doing the paperwork alone, imagine doing your systems, everything alone just burns you out eventually, right?
Mhm.
You just need
right.
that helping hand to make your life easier and to make it more efficient at the end of the day, in my opinion. So,
Yeah. And from personal experience, I mean like I wouldn't have met you, Eddie, I wouldn't have met you, Maisie, if I didn't know Colby. And I wouldn't be working with Nathan if I also didn't know Colby. So it's like me personally, probably could not have gotten this far, but it's like having a community, aka Colby, to write off his coattails. Just kidding. But like to have that help has gone far. Like I don't know how to do networking events. Me and Colby went to a few and I was like, what is this? And
right.
so I definitely think like, going with friends or family, like doesn't even have to be someone that has business expertise. I got lucky because Colby does, but I'm sure you could grab anybody. And
Yeah,
like, when you go to a party and you don't know anybody and you're freaked out. But if you have your
right.
friend there, then you're having a ball. So
For
I think
sure.
just having somebody in your corner could be anybody.
Right.
I'm even thinking back to when I very first started business 2 years ago. I had seen posts about affiliate marketing. That's kind of like what sparked my interest. And then I took like an ads course and learned how to do ads, but I learned how to do nothing else. So if I would have just stuck with that course, I didn't branch out. I had seen a post in a Facebook group for a women's online networking party. And I was like, okay, that sounds cool, whatever. So I like message or I commented on it and she reached out and was like, here's your invite. Like, and I was so nervous to show up. But if I would have never shown up to that, I literally would not be anywhere that I am right now because that unlocked the mentorship that taught me everything that I know.
Right.
Besides
True.
obviously ads, but like any other business skill I have, I learned from that starting point.
And it's weird because, for an example, my mentor taught me everything real estate, but then also down the road I met Colby, and then Colby put me into other places where I never thought I would be in. And then now I'm utilizing that, and it's crazy because it's like the more you know and the more you just put yourself out there and talk, like if you don't talk, the answer will always be no, right? The answer will always be nothing.
Closed mouths don't get fed.
Yeah, closed mouths don't get fed. Yeah, that's a great
That's good.
saying. I like
It's
that.
starting to sound like door to door. Every door is a no until you knock on it.
Yes, exactly. So that's how we should view everything when it comes to networking and connecting with people is that every person could be an opportunity for you and you can be an opportunity for them.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
how it should always be.
You know
my
what's
opinion.
crazy that I just realized? Without Colby, none of us would be sitting in this room.
Yes, exactly.
Well, that was all like if I didn't even go into like if I didn't try real estate and if I didn't try like things that like scared the crap out of me and that like would have like I did like it like definitely I could have said no to some opportunities and some connections. And if I did, I would have met Eddie and then I would not have met Maisie. And then heck, James and I would have never gone to that Cars and Coin event. Like literally feels like forever ago. Do you remember
But we
that?
would
That
be
was the
friends.
first networking. That was crazy, right?
That was fun with
It was so much
Bridger
fun.
Pennington, I think.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know how I remember his name. That was a blast.
That was a blast. And that was like our first thing. Like now it's just kind of snowballed, but you never realize where it's gonna go.
Yeah,
Like, to
absolutely.
your guys' point.
Any little opportunity, because I guess taking it a step further, because before, like the community that we met each other in, I wouldn't have ever been introduced to that community if I would never have said yes to this. It was my first ever in-person networking event. I'd done so much online, nothing ever in person. And I was so scared. I have a video of me. It was like a Halloween thing, so we were all like dressed up as witches. And we went to what is it called?
Garner Village?
Yep, that one. And I was like literally in my car, I'm like I think I was 19. I was like, I'm about to go into this event. Like I've never been to anything business related. Like this is so scary. I have that somewhere in Google Photos. But if I would have never done that and been that girl that just like took the chance, then
Wow.
like literally nothing
To your point, we all contributed something, and we all contributed in a community environment. I mean, we've all given to each other. We even like when you came to your deal, you gave a deal for Eddie and I to fund.
Yeah. And the thing is too, is that he texted me about the deal. And I'm like, wait, we could do this like right now, let's do it. Because
Yeah.
I just thought that number one, it'd be super cool to learn that. And it was something I was willing to risk, and so was Colby. And at the same time, like it built the relationship to stay in touch with Maisie, which I didn't know much at the time. And then it started snowballing from there, which is super trippy to think about.
Now James is part of the group. How long have you guys known each other? A long time?
James and I, we've been knowing each other since 7th grade, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say. I feel
Sixth grade.
Sixth
Sixth
grade.
grade, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like, aw, cute.
Cute little friendship. I'm still trying to figure out what I provide here. So
You'll get
A
there.
lot of value still. Like even just having you on the podcast episodes, like I just love it because you have so many. You have like a knowledge base of quotes and just
Wisdom.
wisdom
Yes.
in your head that like I don't know. I just love listening to it.
I'm here for the comedic relief.
to spice things up for the podcast, right?
I'm like the Ron Weasley.
Yeah.
To provide everyone with wealth.
Exactly.
Yes, wealth spelled incorrectly. Just want to throw that out there.
Yep.
Spelled great.
For all the kids listening at home, look up how to spell wealth. Listen to your parents. Unless they're bad influences.
Right.
Alright, well, this was good. I don't know
Yeah.
if there's any thoughts you guys have to wrap this up. I feel like I got everything out.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you guys for listening. And yeah, no, we'll just wrap this one up. And Maisie, can you just like wrap it up for us or what?
Eddie doesn't want to. Well, thanks everyone for listening. Thanks James for tuning in while he's middle of the workday, knocking doors, going strong.
What? I'm not a door-to-door salesman, guys. I have a real
Oh,
job,
sorry,
I
just
promise.
kidding. He's not doing
I'm a
any-
professional. I'm a professional trick-or-treater.
It's trick or treater. There you go. Ding dong ditcher.
Baker.
Professional ding-dong ditcher.
That's facts.
They call me the triple D.
Yes.
Okay, we're not having Mark cut that out.
Yes, that was
Okay,
beautiful.
well, thanks again, everyone listening. Our next event is this Friday for pickleball. So just stay tuned for more information on that. It's posted on our Instagram at EvoGen Capital. Go follow that. And yeah,
Consider this a personal invite. You're personally invited to pickleball. Whoever's
Yeah.
watching.
Yep, you're personally invited. And Colby has some really exciting events in the works. We're all three gonna hop off and collab and just come up with more for the community. So yeah,
Yeah, all
if
three of us.
you come to our event.
Get it. Bring your friends.
Yeah, bring your friends. Okay, that's it. Okay, bye.